We hope you've had a great and Merry Christmas. Time to add one more gift under the tree. Off we go here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. They face second down and 7. They'll go again here with Henry. Ho-ho! And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
You know, Mike, this is why they teach these guys to never give up on a run. There was multiple times there that he could have taken what he got, go down with the tackle, and lived to play another day. But he kept fighting, broke free, and then look at the play that resulted. Huge game.
Now first carry here for Keaton Mitchell. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
And he'll take it on in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. Come out to the 30. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. Going up top. And that is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
This one complete to Jordan. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's going to air this one out. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Here's Hardy to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Up the sideline to the 40. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a big one for the Ravens. 31 yards. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson now to throw on first down. That's caught. Derrick Henry. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Second and 7. On the give, it's Mitchell. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
On third down, Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Daniil Hunter, pass rusher extraordinaire, in action again.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. They'll come up here, first and 10. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. He's up the sideline to the 25. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Second down, and here's a run, and here's Mixon. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to be taken down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Second down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Here's a give running left with Mixon. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. It'll hold them to a gain of 2.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw. But think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Good work on the ground. He's got it. First down. Up at about the 42. They'll motion over Flowers. A first down throw for Jackson. He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Jackson now on 2nd down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
Nice nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's caught! And he will dive into the end zone. 92 yards. Touchdown, Houston. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a 1st down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Play action now. Jackson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Henry. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Zadarius Smith, the linebacker, in on the stop. The Texans going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And this one's going to be down inside the 20-yard line. In motion now, it's Collins. On 1st down, it's Stroud. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw is Jackson. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A give right up the middle to Henry. Henry rumbles to the first down and more. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in the second half. About to get started. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take. The 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Lots of space past the 45. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike. And it just seems as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Trying the left side, here's Mitchell. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. This is Henry. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
First down and more inside the 15.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now this looks like a design run. He's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
2nd down. Jackson. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually.
And he will take it in himself. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a designed run. And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
They send the tight end in motion. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. A pickup there of 13. First down for Houston. Now, Stroud. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They'll send a tight end in motion. Stroud to throw here on first down. To the goal line and in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Houston. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Texans move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. On 1st down, it's Mitchell. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And the Texans are going to take over here up near the 40. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. And here's the first carry for the power back, Dameon Pierce. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
That's good for a Houston Texans. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down. On the handoff, it's Mixon. He'll be taken down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. On 2nd down, Stroud. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And now it's 3rd and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
From the 2-yard line yet again, what can they do on 3rd and goal? He's got it at the 3. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Brevin Jordan. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Texans go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson now to throw on first down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Throw on the run is complete. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
On the give, this is Mixon. And he'll get about 5.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now, this looks like a design run. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. On third down, here's a run by Mixon.
Joe Mixon on the carry. Tackle made at the 9-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. This one complete to Bateman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. From the gun, Jackson. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around. If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Here comes second down. Bateman is the motion man. Off the play fake, Jackson. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
A second down throw for Stroud. This is caught at the 2. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a second down and 8. One last shot now for Jackson. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Texans. And it will be a very Merry Christmas indeed as they get the victory on this December night. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.